Good morning, everyone. This is Diane Murray at Southern Art Gallery, and today we are looking at this cute little test pack that I ordered from Dick Blick. It's been on back order for months and finally came in from Sennelier. These test packs are just adorable and they're extremely reasonable. I think it was $12.50 for 5 tubes of 10 milliliter paint of their high quality artist watercolor. So it comes in this, and this is what it looks like if you want to order it. They also have test packs in their oils, their pastels, their crayons, so just check it out. I think Jerry's has them as well. And I think apparently they're available, but this is how they come in this beautiful little tin, which is just awesome in itself. And as you can see, we get a really nice size tube of paint. So we have lemon yellow, which is, their number is 501, and it is a PY3. And as I show you these, I'm going to put a little bit out so we can test them. Now, I'm very familiar with their PY3. It is the lemon yellow that I use in my palette. This is a new color for me. This is called Bright Red. Their number is 619. And disturbingly enough, there's no information on what the pigment is in this particular paint, and there's no light fastness on this particular paint, so I'm not sure about that. Well, they say the light fastness is 3, but not sure about that one. This is their Ultramarine Deep, which I also use. Their number is 315, and it is the standard PB29 pigment. So that is a very nice ultramarine right there. I love these little test kits. And if you're not familiar with Sennelier, they are a honey-based paint. They're made in France, and I absolutely love them. They're beautifully transparent, and one of my favorite brands of paint. This is a new color to me. It is called Chinese Orange. Their number is 645. And the pigments in the Chinese Orange are PY150, which is a yellow, PR209, and a brown 23. So this is an interesting color. So we'll see what happens with that. Beautiful color, actually. And if you're new to watercolor, this is a wonderful way to get started because the cost is just minimal, and you have a chance to play and test different types of paints. So these test samples, I hope more companies will do this because I think it's just awesome. This is Payne's Gray, and I am familiar with their Payne's Gray. Their number is 703. Let's put that away. And Payne's Gray has a PV19, which is a violet, a PB15:1, which is your phthalo blue, and a brown 7 in it. So these are the colors we're looking at today. Here's your lemon yellow. Here's our bright red, which is a very bright red. That is a very nice red. Little bit on the pinker side, I would say. And of course your ultramarine blue, which, as you can see, does granulate. It's a beautiful ultramarine. I really like their ultramarine blue. And here's that Chinese Orange, which is a nice, vibrant orange, but not a shocking orange. It's a very nice orange, actually. And of course, lastly, their Payne's Gray, which is one of my favorite Payne's Gray. if not my favorite. I really like that. And I like this Payne's Gray, and I like Daniel Smith's Payne's Blue Gray. Okay, so let's mix some colors and see what we get. Let's take the lemon yellow. And let's take the tiniest bit of that really bright red. And there we have a vibrant orange. There. Let's get a little more of that true red in there. And you know, whenever you are mixing colors, if you obviously if you add more of the red, you're going to get a redder orange, and if you add more yellow, you're going to get a more yellower orange, and that's of course how we mix colors. Okay, let's try our bright red, which I need to get a little bit more of. Very nice red. I'd love to know if this is fugitive or not. I'd love to know what pigment is in this. Let's take the ultramarine blue and see what kind of a purple we get. Should be a pinkier purple because it is a pinkier red. Sometimes you just have to play with these a little bit. And really, I suggest you do a full color chart when you get a new set of paints so that you can see all of your options. This is just to give you an introduction to Sennelier watercolor paints and the different options they have available. All right, let's take ultramarine and let's see if we can get a good gray by mixing the Chinese orange and the ultramarine. And if you're not aware, one of the best neutrals you can make is a neutral called Jane's Gray, which is a mixture of ultramarine and burnt sienna. And since blue and orange are complements, any true orange and blue should give you a variation of a neutral. And as you can see, we have one right here. Very nice neutral actually. I really like that. Very nice. Okay, let's try something different. Let's try the Chinese orange. Gorgeous color. Let's mix that with the Payne's Gray and see what happens. See what we get. And we get a gorgeous dark. Look at that. Beautiful combination on the blue side, because Payne's Gray has the blue in it. You can go brown if you move up this way, and if you put more Payne's Gray, you're going to get a bluer, blacky or inkier version down here. That's a beautiful combination. Okay, so let's do something different here. Let's take our Payne's Gray and let's darken the colors. Okay, so if we want to darken our red, for example, with our Payne's Gray, let's try that. See what happens there. And you can get all different variations in tone based on how much, when you're darkening a color, it just depends on how much your dark to light ratio is. So we got a really nice purple there. And if we wanted that pinker, we just keep adding the, and this is how you darken any color. You just keep adding the dark color to the color you're trying to darken until you get, and see, then we can lighten it back up by just adding water. There we go. Or you could change it totally by adding a different color. So you could add the orange and a little more red. Let's see what we get. We do that. Get almost like a burnt sienna right there. So you can push it, you can take it dark, and you can make many dark colors just by the color that you're adding to it. So if we wanted to add more blue to it, let's see what we would get. Probably more of a violet. Now that's probably the darkest that you could get from this palette right here, is to take the ultramarine and the Payne's Gray and the red, and you get this look at that beautiful blue that you get. So see, you're mixing. To learn to mix, you basically just need to get your brush, your paints, and a piece of paper, and just try every different combination that you can think of. So there you have it. There is the new palette by Sennelier, their test pack, and I highly, highly, highly recommend these paints and these test packs. And if you're teaching a class, I think this would be a wonderful way to introduce your students to watercolor. So come back and see us, and we will have more videos posted soon. And if you enjoyed this, please give us a thumbs up and like our channel. And we will see you soon.